The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 19th, terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, no problem. We've got your back. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Please, in that subject heading, put radio show question and, of course, inside the Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get you started on, of course, this. Let's get the show started. Hey, you already are started out there on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading down 103 points, 25,096. S&P's off 9 at 2806. NASDAQ 100 down 29 points. That's about 0.4% to the downside, 73.60. Russell 2000 up 6 points, 1698. Semis are off 6. Trannies down 6. Spot volatility index up 6%. That's 74 pennies. Gold is off $6. Silver down 30 cents. Light sweet crude up 15. Lead the charge, the upside dollar-wise. AutoZone, AZO, the ticker symbol, $21. That's 3% to the upside. Snap, SNA. That's up 6.5% or 10 buckaroonies. O'Reilly Automotive, that's up about 3% or $8. Chart Industries up 11% or $7. To the downside, it is Amazon, the big loser, dollar-wise, $19. That's a little over 1%. Booking Holdings off 13. Google down 11. Netflix off 7. Charter Communication down about 7.5. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. And there were a couple of requests that came in yesterday. As we were going off the air, we didn't get to it. And I said we would do that first thing. So the first one coming in, I believe, was from Kyle. I may have gotten the name wrong, and if I did, I apologize. But it was the individual that wanted me to go ahead and take a look at light sweet crude. This individual was long light sweet crude. So let's begin by taking a look at Stevie's synthetic. And I like synthetic oil better. I don't know about you. In my car, it's only synthetic oil. We're going to take a look at Stevie's synthetic light sweet crude contract out here and see what is we can see. What my eyes first see is an orange-colored bar in the daily time frame. So on this page, you've got 4 different charts. The very right is a weekly. Next to it is a daily. To the left of that is a 240-minute time frame. And then to the left of that, or chart number 1 from the left, would be the 60-minute time frame out here. The reason why right now I'm paying attention, or I would pay attention to the orange bar, is it signals to you and I that there may be, it's not a guarantee, but it is better than being a green or red bar, that there is a brand new profile that is about to form. So really it's going to end up being tomorrow where I'll be able to give you, I would think, the better support and resistance level. Nonetheless, we'll go ahead and use the data that we've got today. So at this stage, you are long light sweet crude. Let's see, is there anything, now this is a continuous contract. Give me a moment, please. let's go ahead and see if we can just change this so we're not using the continuous contract. I believe we can. Let's take a look at September. I believe it is September. Is it not September? It's not that this is September, but the active contract is September. Is that the case out there? Somebody give me the high sign. Yes, I believe that it is. Okay, so what we're looking at here is trying to see if there was any pattern. And there was a pattern. It was a potential pattern out here. And let me just go ahead and kind of expand this out. And what we can see out here, Kyle, I'm going to say Kyle, because I think that's who sent it in, was when light sweet crude made its low, its current bottom. That was July 17th. In fact, you and I had, not you and I, Kyle, but you and I, everybody in the den, we had taken a look at the likelihood that light sweet crude was going to make a Tom DeMark setup 9 count. Now, it made a Tom DeMark setup 9 count when it actually made its high on July 3rd. And so now the question is the low that came in on July 17th the bottom? Well, at this stage here, one of the things that you can also, so it's got that potential. Potential. Your counter trend rally, and taking a look at this chart, would take you up to Steve V's red line. It's red and green. We won't go through the entire explanation on that again. But 69.79 is the number. You're trading at 67.82. You at least have some signals that say, okay, maybe. Check back with me tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to have some better information for you. At least on the 240-minute chart here, you're trading above the top of the box, 67.46. What you don't want to see is price trade below the bottom of the box, 66.29. The 60-minute bottom of its box is 67.49. So you've got that as your range, 66.29, 67.49. If you get below that, then you could run back to the lows from a couple of days ago. So I wish I had more information for you, but hey, that's information. We take what we can get, and when we can't get it, then we wait for the market to give us new information, because that, in fact, is what the market does for you and I. Each day, buyers and sellers provide us with new information. Then you and I just have to go narrate the story that they are telling us, such as in the case of Hershey's, because John in Sarasota wanted to take a look at Hershey's. Ticker symbol here is SHY. I believe the question was, has Hershey's formed a bottom? And not that John is a chocolate lover, but I think he is a little bit of a chocoholic, so to speak, out there. But who isn't? Hey, is there anything better or anything worse in life that you could, what do I want to say? There's nothing better than being a chocoholic, especially, though, if you are a dark chocoholic. Has this found a bottom? Well, as we take a look at this chart here, you're not seeing the type of action on a daily basis that you actually wanted to see. What we know about is we do know that Hershey's looks like it completed at least a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside, 1 to 1.272. Not really that big of a deal with regard to the A to B equals CD. Levers out here. And it formed a bullish structured box, and yesterday price closed below it, John. That's not what you wanted to see. The bottom of that box is 92.68. You're trading right now at 92.69. You're close at this stage here. You don't really want to see this close below 92.68. If you do, it says lower price being where? 89.92. We don't have a bottom confirmation inside of Hershey's, but I will take one of those special dark chocolate bars if you're willing to send it to me. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Great. A Rubik's Cube offers more than 100 million starting positions, resulting in 43 billion potential twists and turns. Yet this puzzle can be solved in 20 moves. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and knowing the right move makes all the difference in the world. And on Thursday, July 19th at 4:15 p.m., I'll share with you the 3 essential tools behind my #1 ranking by Timer Digest for the S&P 500. This 30-minute event is being hosted by Ninja Trader, and it's open to everyone in our listening audience. At this event, I'll share with you the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that subscribers and I I use to identify tops and bottoms, as well as Stevie's red line and the market profiles that I use. The sign-up link is on the homepage of TFNN.com and requires nothing more than your name and email address. To help celebrate my #1 market timing ranking, we're making Mastering Probability available to anyone in our listening audience for the next 30 days with a free money-back guarantee, whether you've subscribed in the past or not. Make your move now by coming to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up for Thursday's workshop, as well as my free newsletter trial offer.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls. Now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. John also wanted to take a look at Cardinal Health, ticker symbol CAH out there. And again, looking for a bottom out here. Now, part of the problem with Cardinal Health was this huge gap to the downside as we take a look at the daily time frame chart that took place on June 28th out there. And there were about 6.5 million shares to the downside. Now, the good news is that low is being tested. It's being tested as we speak right now today. And, John, it is being tested with lighter volume. So as long as price closes above 48.28, you would have a test and rejection of a swing point, which could signal some type of bottom. What we don't know is, is that the real bottom? Bottom? Yeah. Real bottom? You never know. You see this thing, it doesn't have a third gap to the downside as we take a look at this. Is there 3 gaps here? Sure. But the gap number 3 needs to be the largest gap, and that's not the case. The larger gap in both percentage and price was on May the 3rd out here. So this most recent gap is not going to qualify. I can share with you that price in the case of Cardinal Homes on a daily basis was moving lower, doing less relative energy out here. Price is traded above Stevie's red line. Well, that may not be the case. Let me see the time frame out here on this chart. Is this daily? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're okay there. So it is at least doing that. But do you take a long, if you're going to take a long position in this, John, just do the old Jack be nimble thing. I don't see the reasons at this stage, and take a look at Cardinal Health. Here's the weekly. Forget about Stevie's red line as we take a look at it. Here's the monthly chart out here. Is there any pattern? I don't see the pattern here that would suggest that you should go hog wild into it. If anything, what you'd really like to see is you would really like to see some type of sign of strength and then wait for a retracement and then come back in and buy that. So that's my take on Cardinal Health as we take a look at it right now. Again, ticker symbol there, folks, was CAH. So now let's go take a look at the general markets. Let's go try to figure out what are these markets doing out here? Are they making a top or not? Well, we're going to make this really easy for you. We're going to try to do it easy for you with regard to looking at the NQ, looking at the NASDAQ, and looking at the NASDAQ composite out there. So we're going to look at the cash indices as well as the futures contracts. If the market is giving you and I a topping signal, we will see a couple of things take place. Whether it's today or not, that I can't tell you, but it could be today. First off, we can see the price has been trying to form that Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. But each time price moves lower, it runs into its friend called support. Support, otherwise known as Stevie's red line. In this case here, it's green. There's nothing more mean than a green line. There's nothing more bullish than a green line. Why? Because it tells us we have a rising price oscillator above zero. And so any pullbacks are just simply pullbacks to support. Each time we've seen that over the course of the last 2 weeks out here, prices tested, in essence, a green line closed back above it. That's what we have as we speak right now. What is the green line number? That's a great question. It's actually kind of hidden. 73.63 is the number out there. If you see a close below 73.63 and not by $1, because this number is going to change up and down. If it closes below that level, well, then that's a pretty good indication that we have some type of top. Now, what do I mean by top? I mean that we would have some type of retracement underway, and maybe more than your garden variety type. I am not telling you to back up the truck. This is a major top or anything along those lines. No, not a zip, zilch. In fact, to trade this as a top right now, staying inside the NQ out here, you're going to have to hope that your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your friends overseas see it the same way that you do. If we take a look at what's going on overseas from an intraday basis on a 5-hour time frame chart, you'll see, well, okay, maybe, because what we're taking a look at right now is the NQ priced in dollars, left-hand side, priced in euros, next to it, priced in yen, next to that, which would be panel number 3 from the left, and then priced in pound sterling on the very right. Now, pound sterling earlier in the day tried to get back, or did get back up to its all-time high in that 56.85 level. And right now it's just a consolidation, an upper level, a high level consolidation that is going on. So there's the possibility that the NQ will close below Stevie's red line. You have that number. Then what you're going to need to see is price get below 72.92.50, because that is a breakout area. This is this wide-ranging bar on the 5-hour time frame chart out there from about 9 o'clock on July 17th. And so there are going to be buyers that are camped out there as well. Now, what else is going on? Because somebody might take a look at the markets and say, you know, Steve-O, I'm not buying into your theory that there may be a top that's forming. And then I would say, well, why is that? And then you would respond, oh, look at that Russell 2000. You'd say, that's up 0.4%. That's up $7. Maybe the Russell 2000 is leading the charge. And I'd say, excellent eyes, excellent eyes. And then I would give you the lead Corso button that said, not so fast. Why would Stevie give the not so fast button? Because all price is doing inside the Russell 2000 equity futures contract is coming up and testing Stevie's red line. Granted, it's green, but it is, and it acts as resistance. When prices below it, bounces come up, they test it, it rejects it. Doesn't have to reject it, but if it does, tells you that really it was sellers that were in control. Now, in the case of the Russell 2000, it already has a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top out there. It did that when it created that bearish engulfing, that key reversal session on the trading session of July the 10th out here. And so at this stage, you've got a counter trend rally that is testing resistance. I don't know if price is going to close above it. And it's basically at 1702. And so if price does close above this level, then yeah, it's going to go back and test those highs, or should go back and test those highs. But as we speak at 1:25 in the afternoon, I cannot be convinced that the Russell 2000 is doing anything more than having a counter trend rally, with the exception of the fact that the NASDAQ composite has come down and tested support. So the reality is all things are still bullish, but they are teetering. They are teetering, but what you and I like to see out here is we like to see confirmation. Now, I know that somebody out there said, but Steve-O, come on. I don't have access to the NQ, so what am I going to look at? Then I say you're going to look at the NASDAQ index itself, the NASDAQ composite. And as we pull this chart over here, you're going to see that today has been nothing more than a test of the same green line. Different number, same game. 73.53 is basically the number of Stevie's red line. All that has transpired thus far in the markets, specifically in the NDX, is nothing more than coming down and testing support. What happens if the NASDAQ closes underneath this level out here? And then really the bar from 2 days ago. Then you're looking at about the 69.50-ish area for a potential pullback in the NDX. Just don't do anything until you get a confirmation. Other than send me a dark chocolate Hershey's bar. I prefer, though, maybe Dove.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Truth be told, though, if you're going to send me chocolate, my favorite chocolate, now I don't know about yours, but I'll speak on my behalf out here. My favorite chocolate has always been, like those snow caps, those non-perils. Now, I will take, if I go to the movie theater and they don't have snow caps, I'm bumming out. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have snow caps? How can you be a movie theater and not actually have snow caps out there? But my favorite, I just happen to live in kind of a tourist town, so to speak. Yeah, Florida's a tourist state, so well, big surprise there, right? There's a chocolate store here. What's the name of it? Shoot. Oh man. That's a total brain contusion. They're from Michigan, from Mackinac. Starts with an S. Good Lord. Well, I'll remember it during the show. But they have the best non-perils out there. Now, I always called non-perils, didn't really know what that really meant out there. I looked it up a while back to find out that it means nothing can compete with them. And I say that's true when it comes to chocolate. So, in any event, let's go and take care of some questions. And when the name crosses my tongue, which I'm sure that it will, then we'll come back to it. So Tyrone writes in. Tyrone says, hi, Steve. I'm glad I listened to your advice 2 weeks ago. And he was taking a look at the Great British Pound US dollar. So I don't know what advice that I gave to Tyrone, but I'm glad that I did and glad that it worked out. And his question is, what's my take? Where's it likely headed from here? So this chart, Tyrone, is about a 15-minute delay. And this is the daily time frame. Let me get rid of the volume area on my chart at the bottom. Just get rid of that space out here. And I think that what we should do, Tyrone, is put this on a weekly time frame chart and just try to figure out if there's any kind of support. Where is this thing possibly headed back to? I don't see it there. Let me pull up Stevie's other chart. And what it looks like is you've got price trading below Stevie's red line, which is the exact number is going to be 1.3105. And as long as price is staying below that, you've got a falling price oscillator below zero, so that's bearish. Today looks like it may be day number 7 of the Tom DeMark setup 9 count out here. We can see that the Tom DeMark setup 9 counts have been in play inside of the Great British Pound, but it doesn't always mean that it's going to be a bottom. So you need to really learn how to use those. But at this stage here, the daily chart for the Great British Pound says looks like it wants lower price. On a weekly time frame, to me, it's really testing on a weekly basis. It's really testing support. So the daily says, hey, looks like I may want lower price. But when we just talked about the daily Tom DeMark 9 counts out here. And this would be a hidden line of support or resistance. We're not going to talk about resistance right now, but certainly support. If you didn't follow, you didn't have his system. Luckily, I've got it on my my Ninja Trader system out here. And what we can see is when you get that first count out here, in essence, for the most part, but it becomes a lower low, the lowest low, that becomes your starting point. And that's what draws this little red dash line. The week is not over. And that is the low from the trading week of November 17, 2017. So, Tyrone, if you're an active trader of the Great British Pound US dollar, it's Thursday. There's no reason for you that I can see to take any action whatsoever. And what you're looking for is to see if 1.3062 holds as support. And if it does hold as support, then you would need to see some type of other signal on a shorter term time frame. I don't know what that time frame would be, but some other type of signal. Maybe it's 30, maybe it's 60, maybe it's a set of profiles out there that say, hey, just hold on to your horses. So at this stage, price is trading below that level. Of course, I have a 15-minute delay on my screen out here, but I would just say, just sit tight. Just sit tight when it comes to the Euro Great British Pound. And that's because you and I took the time to go see what was going on the weekly time frame chart out there. Let's go take a look at. There were some requests that came in from the Tigers Den. One, speaking of Tom DeMark counts, Peak D. He's a master of the Chapman wave out there. And if we take a look at what Peak D is asking, he's saying, have the DeMark indicators been working? What are they now on the NQ? So I suppose you're asking me, have they been working on the NQ versus just working in general? Because you and I look at chart after chart, and we see when that 9 count appears, and we say, hey, you need to just be careful out here. You had a Tom DeMark 9 count. This was about 4 or 5 days ago. The exact date was July 13th. We're basically trading right at about that level. We've seen a bit of a pause here. So when you say, has it been working? In other words, would you take a short because of that? Is that what maybe is the question? I don't know. My answer would be no. You can't take a short inside the NQ. Well, look, you can do anything you want. I'm suggesting that you don't take it until you see at least a key level of support broken. And that would be Stevie's red line. Happens to be green, meaning green says 73. I said it was 63. Right now it's 73.64. I think you've got to see it close below that. When you get those signals peak, I don't know. It's kind of like, what do you do when you come to a yellow light and you're driving? Do you always blow through that yellow light? Do you slow down and take a look to your left and your right before you then blow through it? And also oncoming traffic. They, as you said, indicators, signals, we'll say those are the same things out there. They are absolutely like they're great signals if you're a trader. And at this stage here, I'd say especially the 9 counts, you get those more often than you're going to see a Tom DeMark sequential or a Tom DeMark setup, not a Tom DeMark combo type count out there. So I hope that helps you. You're asking about as well, when do we see a bottom in copper? So let's go take a look at Dr. Copper. And let's go see peak. Is it the September contract that is active? I think that it is, but just want to check in and just make sure out here. And we take a look at the copper contract right now. We're looking at, and I think it just rolled over, didn't it? I'm pretty sure that it did recently. So I also have the synthetic version of this contract. Well, let's leave it here right now. Has it formed a bottom? With regard to market profiles, the answer is going to be, nah, not yet. We do see a bit of a counter trend rally that's going on. If we look at the 60-minute time frame, price is trading above the top of that box at 2.6981, but it's trading below the bottom of the 240-minute profile. So I don't know that we can get all that excited about it. And well below the daily time frame, which is at 2.904. I just want to switch over to the synthetic contract. I don't know if the profiles are going to change, but let's just take a quick peek out here. And no, they're the same set of profiles. Peek, one last thing. And I don't really mean one last thing. I just kind of mean one last thing. When we go to this break, I'll go take a look at Stevie's Ninja Trader charts out there. We'll take a quick peek, Peak D, and see if there's any sign of a bottom. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
The candy store I was thinking of was Kilwins. It was killing me not to remember the name. So we got to take a look at Goldilocks out here and see what gold is doing. So, because right now you're back to about the flat line out here. You're about back to break even. And Peak, I couldn't find a bottoming signal inside of high-grade copper. So you had a Tom DeMarco 13 count on it. I don't have this. I don't have the sequential system right now set up on that chart that I was looking at. But I don't have a. But let's come back to take a look at gold, because right now the candle is a potential hammer candle that is forming today. I don't know what it's going to be. But what I do know is we can see that price certainly at this stage here has rejected the lows. You can see a couple of Tom DeMarco set up in 13 sequential and combo counts that are on this chart. I guess I could change to high-grade copper, and we could see that. Doesn't really matter. What does it mean if we do get a bullish reversal candle today? And the only one we could really get would be a hammer candle. Then what this would be telling us is that gold is trying to hammer out a bottom. Whoa, Steve, you're just so funny. No, I actually seriously mean that it would be giving us a bottom signal. The next step would be getting above Stevie's red line, which you can see is priced at 1332.10. It also then the next step after that is getting back into the TAS market profiles. But step one is going to be, what is today's candle session? Because it's got that pattern that was present before the beginning of every single bear market for the last 130 years inside of the Dow. I know it's kind of like a broken record, but you just got to say it, because you've got to find patterns that you can trust. And it's a pattern that you can trust. Doesn't mean it's going to work all the time, but what it does mean is it works most of the time. And if you're looking to buy a bottom, way different than buying low, by the way. If you're looking to buy a bottom, this is what it is that you are looking for. So that may be forming today. It's all going to be dependent upon the close. What if we don't get a bullish reversal candle today? Well, then we don't know whether it's a bottom or not. But that's how the market communicates to you and I. It communicates, the language of the markets is really the, thank goodness for Steve Nissen. and going ahead and going over to Japan and doing his thing and getting all that information interpreted and creating a book and providing us with some knowledge there. And then the question was going to be, well, what are you going to do with that knowledge? How are you going to use it? And that's what I did. That's what I did was went back and said, how am I going to use it? Same question you ask yourself. And what happened was, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but our knowledge comes from all of our experience, right? So if we take a look at my experience was first learning about swing points and volume and doing that with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Tom, right? And then being introduced to Larry and learning about Fibonacci's and A to B equals CD patterns, and all great. And so, but what happened would be I would start trading those patterns and taking them as solid gold. Just like, hey, you got a 0.618 retracement, boom, fire away. Or you make a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, boom, fire away. And then it was like target practice on me. They weren't working, or they weren't always working. And then I had to say, why not? And more importantly, can I figure out when they do work, what are the signals, whether it's to the upside or the downside, what are the signals that give you that that more trustful, more confidence that the pattern has completed? And that's where the Japanese candlesticks came in. And what you will find, and I can only speak from my experience. It'll absolutely improve your trading when you learn the P's and Q's, when you learn your Japanese bullish and bearish reversal candles. In the middle of a move, I agree with you. They're just they have an interesting meaning. It is at the end of the move. And when I mean the end of the move, whatever the pattern it is that you decide that you're going to trade. And I don't know what it might be. Whatever pattern it is you are trading, if you're looking to improve them, make sure you go out and you understand your bullish and bearish candlestick signals and make sure you really understand them. For me, the easiest thing was just simply to go to the doctor. In this case here, it was Dr. Steve Nissen, and I just bought his software. God knows, 15 years ago or what have you. It was much easier to just have them painted on my screen. I know them, but always so much easier to just simply have them on the screen. When they're on the screen, I don't have to hesitate. And I have looked at other people's bullish and bearish candlestick signals, and for the most part, not all parts, but for the most part, they kind of screw it up and don't get it exactly right. And I don't know about you, but I don't want almost right. I want the real deal out there. Right now, we can see the gold contract, both the doji, but also a hammer candle. And we'll see whether it turns out to be that way come the end of the day. But that would be a fairly good signal. Just like inside the NASDAQ, inside the NASDAQ composite, how do these things work out here, right? What's the reason to really know your bullish and bearish reversal candles out there? Is Steve just giving me a whole line of BS out there? And the answer is, well, maybe. Probably not. I wouldn't do that. Would not do that. Take a look at how this works out here. Here you can see you got Stevie's RMI pattern. We can see in this case here, you see the bear sash candle that formed out here. This is the 5-hour chart. That was a signal to say, okay, time to take a short-term short trade. As soon as price got below Stevie's red line, which it did, that said, okay, now we can at least head lower to where? Head lower to Stevie's red line on the daily chart. This chart here, this little stair-step line, because we're looking at a 5-hour chart. The reason why it's stair-stepped is because it's actually the daily tool that's on here, and price came right down and tested that 73.63, 73.64 area out there. So it gave you the topping signal. At this stage, price came down to support. Support is held. You can't so it works. These are the signals out here. If you just simply use Stevie's lines, black lines, that price is moving higher, doing less relative energy, and you took the trade there, I'm telling you, that don't use this system, because you're going to get shellacked. And I don't want you to get shellacked out there. I don't want you to get shellacked on anything it is that you trade. I want you to improve your trading, whether it's by attending tonight's workshop, which you can do for free, whether it's signed up for my newsletter service, where you're going to get bonuses galore. You talk about non-perils, sign up for the newsletter service today, because tomorrow you won't be able to do it. Why? Because you're going to actually get access to the workshop that shows you exactly the exact set of tools that I use, with regard to my price relative strength, my Rhodes momentum indicator signal, the exact process, the exact formula. There's no sugar left out of it. You're also going to get access to my red line, the oscillator and change line, plus the money management, position sizing. If the word position sizing is foreign to you, boom, stop right there. So look, you gotta put down a credit card. If you don't pay for something, you won't pay attention. But you get a full 30-day, no money, no risk, no questions asked, money back guarantee. It doesn't get better than that. Well, it does get better. I'm going to come back to you in about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll finish out the show. That's a good thing. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Now, just to make sure here, because we were talking about gold, and don't be backing up the truck just yet. Wait till the end of the trading session. Wait to see what type of candle forms, and also you want to be paying attention to, what are your cousins, what are your relatives, what are your friends and family, what are the competitors? Okay, well, you got natural competitors, sellers. If you're buying, you've got sellers, and not Peter sellers. We're talking the kind that are ponying up with their bread. Now, their bread may be in euros. That's panel number 2. or their bread may be in yen, panel number 3, or their bread may be in pound sterling, panel number 4. You want to make sure that whatever it is that you are buying, commodity-wise especially, it is rising. It is rising in all those currencies. Otherwise, you're the buyer, they're the seller. It's not somebody in the U.S. You're the buyer, they're the seller. You want whatever it is you're buying to be rising in all of these currencies out there. It really is all about currencies. Come on. You're sitting over in Europe and you've got euros in your account out there. Because gold is rising in dollars, you think that's a reason to go ahead and buy? I don't think so. It's what is that valued in your currency. Take a look at what's going on around the world. Let's just simply take a look at and say the world is China. Take a look at since the whole tariff schmariff stuff began, or just simply the last 82 trading sessions out here. That means we're just simply coming back to March 26. Look at the depreciation. Look at the move inside of the yuan. It is 8.6% as we speak right now. Walmart brings in $1 billion worth of product every week from China, just from China. And if you take a look at their MD&A, they're not hedging things to the U.S. dollar. It just got $83 million cheaper this week to bring in their billions of dollars. Yeah, they know how to fight a trade war out there. Make the U.S. dollar stronger. Hey, you want to go to China? It's on sale right now. Folks, have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you at 4:15 at the workshop. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for being here.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.